Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back once again to Project Prometheus. We have been taking increasingly longer breaks between episodes because I have been working on some things that cannot be revealed just yet. But up until this point, Project Prometheus has focused on the construction of human ships and AI ships for various different ship classes. However, you may have noticed that both of the fleets are completely filled out at this point. There are obviously some optional craft that I haven't shown in official channel videos, but we have two full fleets, and what we're going to be doing today is quite simple. With two full fleets, it is time for the war between the humans and the AI to start. So in this episode and the next few episodes, we are going to be pitting the might of the human fleet against the might of the AI fleet in various combat scenarios. Hopefully, this will give us a clear picture of who did a better job preparing, ChatGPT, the evil AI, or humanity. And eventually, at the end, we will be doing a ship-to-ship comparison of every single class of ship built. We'll be including some viewer submissions. And finally, way down the road, we'll go and do a refit of every ship that I built, including the AI ones, to see, what the heck is wrong with these? What did we learn? How can we make them better? So without further ado, what we have here is pretty straightforward. This is our strike force that we're going to be taking out and fighting some ChatGPT fleets with today. So it is a pretty straightforward fleet. It is very simple. We have 3 Kerman-class destroyers on the flanks. So here's one, and there's one at the front. The center of this battle group is the unsinkable heavy cruiser, which is in fact very sinkable, as you might have seen in some of my other videos. And at the back we have one of the most stalwart ships of the human navy, the Barracuda, my personal favorite ship that we built for this project, the most survivable. Honestly, might outmatch the unsinkable, but we're not going to go there. We also have a very small air wing in support today. We have 1 Valentina and 2 Avenger-class interceptors. So the Valentina is a bomber, it's a flying wing, and the Avengers are interceptors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this battle group here, we're going to go out into ChatGPT's territory, and we're going to take on different ChatGPT fleets until we reach a point where we're getting beaten. So let's get right into it. So here is our little battle group in the distance here. The first little fleet that we've encountered, it's very simple. It's a scouting force. Here we have 2 AI Hurricanes. So if you haven't watched the other Project Prometheus videos, first of all, go do that first. Second of all, these are the Hurricane, a ship that was designed by ChatGPT as a destroyer. Pretty straightforward ship. Primary armament is its torpedoes. It has a casemate on the front that is relatively effective and a decently powerful anti-air battery, as well as a second casemate on the rear. However, these ships are both pretty well outmatched by this battle group that we have. So let's get right into this battle here. Oh, hang on. I broke the... Oh, it's because I was like, why is my camera moving like that? It's because I'm on board the unsinkable right now. Okay. So immediately we have some anti-air fire headed for that Avenger. Doesn't look like anything bad. And it also looks like, yeah, this Hurricane is taking pretty serious hits from the unsinkable, while the other is being targeted by the Barracuda. Oh, that Avenger is hit, but still flying. Oh, never mind. That is 1 Avenger down already. That is not good. Now, the Hurricanes have something of a weave maneuver that they like to do. And you can see the Kermans are coming in for a frontal assault here. We got torpedoes hitting this Hurricane, and heavy fire from both of our cruisers. In fact, I think this one has just been disabled. Ammo still intact, but it is not moving. And its sister is underwater? Oh, okay. Sister ship completely destroyed. This one is taking heavy fire from the Kermans. Here comes the Valentina. There's the unsinkable. Okay. This ship is disabled, so we made pretty quick work. Oh, the Kerman is going in for what it does best. It is going in for the ram. No matter how much I change the AI of the Kerman, No matter how much I try to stop them from ramming other ships, friend or foe, they don't care. It doesn't matter to them. The Kermans will hit other ships. It is just in their nature. Can't stop it. Don't even bother trying. So that was a success. First battle group down. We lost one. That looks like the second one. Yeah, okay. We actually lost both Avengers, I think. No, okay. They're both up there. So we lost one Avenger. They lost 2 Hurricanes. Now, of course, we're moving deeper into their territory. We're going to expect to see bigger battle groups. So let's move right on to the next one. So here is the second battle group that we're going to be dealing with today. We have 2 AI Hurricanes, so destroyers, and we have 1 Thunderclap. So the Thunderclap, if you haven't watched the rest of Project Prometheus, is a cruiser that was designed by ChatGPT. It is supposed to be a light cruiser. It suffers from a few notable problems. The first of which is it is slow. It is heavily armored, but not in a very good way, which is kind of my fault. And its main gun is relatively weak and vulnerable to being smashed by enemy fire. So there's our fleet over there. Let's see what happens. Oh, the Hurricanes make the jump. Torpedoes away. And the Thunderclap has begun firing. We can see some incoming shells. Oh. Okay, that is just what I was talking about. 1 solid hit from the Unsinkable, I believe, was enough to take out... I mean, that's both main batteries, the engine... Yeah, okay. The Thunderclap has just been effectively disabled, which leaves the Hurricanes taking the brunt of the force here. You could see this guy... Oh boy, look at the way the shells just pierce through the armor. This is one of the reasons that we will be doing refits on this project, because the more that I played this game, the more I learned how things were supposed to be. One thing... That's a perfect example. The Unsinkable has AP heat shells, so they are really good at penetrating armor like on these ships and just completely ravaging them. I mean, that was 1 or 2 hits, and this Hurricane has just been made effectively useless. In fact, let's crack it in half for spectacle's sake. There she goes. Beautiful. Let's check in on the other ships here. This Hurricane is being Swiss cheesed. How lovely. These ships never do that well, and they are pretty well outgunned by this fleet. Again, it looks like all 3... Oh, here come torpedoes as well. Just what the Hurricane needs. Couple hits. Why did that one miss? That's bizarre. Oh, maybe they're headed for the Thunderclap, actually. Now, while this one is a bit more survivable, you can see kind of the flaw here. The main gun blew up very early on, which leaves only these secondaries. Which, while they are strong, they're not main weapons. And there she goes, taking a torpedo volley. Some of that is coming from the Valentina, which is a torpedo bomber. The Avenger is pretty useless in this sort of combat. It's mainly made to intercept other planes. So, it actually looks like the Unsinkable took a hit. Yeah. Probably friendly fire if I had to guess. Are you good, buddy? Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. We lost one of the secondaries here. And that has caused the Unsinkable to begin sinking. Now that will be light enough damage that we can repair it, but this highlights one of the problems with the Unsinkable. Now, the 3 Kermans are sailing just fine. They still seem to have a problem with torpedoing each other. Case in point. We'll pretend that didn't happen. And the Barracuda is doing what the Barracuda does, being an absolute killer of a ship. It's taken little to no damage here. Probably dealt most of the damage in the fight as well. So, I would say that was a pretty good success. I'm going to get our repair crews to raise this ship and patch the holes before she becomes a submarine, and we're going to move on to the next battle group. This is what happens when you repair the Unsinkable while she's underwater. It becomes a plane. Fun fact, I actually originally wanted the Unsinkable to be a submarine, basically, that would surface to engage in combat with its opponents and then would dive to repair itself. However, that was far too complicated for me to figure out. ChatGPT has taken notice of our incursions into its territory and dispatched a much more powerful fleet to deal with us now. We haven't seen any battleships yet, and in fact, our own fleet does not have any battleships in it. It is actually quite disjointed right now, which will probably not work in our favor. But as you can see here, this is the most powerful fleet that we have dealt with so far. So, 2 Hurricanes, pretty typical. But then we have the AI Vanguard, which while this ship is the AI battleship, it is due for a refit. I originally made the battleship class have a 350, I think, cost cap, and I upped it to 450 because I decided that 350 was simply not enough. This, however, has not been refitted to reflect that, so it is still significantly under cost. This ship actually is only 304. However, they are backed up now by 2 Corsair interceptors and 1 Catalina bomber. These are very capable aircraft, all designed by ChatGPT. And here we have their corresponding carrier, the Archon, coming in at just above 350k. Actually, all of these ships are notorious for having fatal flaws. We don't really know what's going to happen. So I am going to follow along with, let's see, where should we be for this battle? Oh, there goes the first volley already, straight towards the enemy. We're going to follow along with the Vanguard, because I want to see how this thing fares in battle. So, without further ado, here goes nothing. Oh, she's decided to target the Avenger, or one of them. Shells are coming in. Not seeing any major hits so far. The Vanguard is decently well armored and has a pretty low profile, so it does take hits pretty well. Now, these torpedoes, oh boy, let's see. They are going straight for the Archon. That is an interesting target selection. I guess it is the most expensive ship here. This thing, however, is taking a serious beating. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but my computer is starting to heat up. Let's have a look over at the battlefield here. So you can see the 3 Kermans on the right, and the Unsinkable and the Barracuda on the left. The Vanguard appears to have lost propulsion, and that little sink into the water tells me that it may have just had its ammo hit. Yep, that looks accurate. Yep. Okay, well, that is not good for the Vanguard. It has also lost its main battery in the front. Now, let's take a look over here at the Kermans and the Hurricanes are going at it together. And it looks like the 5 aircraft have gotten into their own little fight. Oh, that Kerman just took a bunch of torpedoes, but gives it right back to that Hurricane. It's trying to escape because it knows the Kerman is a ramming ship. And, okay, let's look at the Archon. Looks like the Unsinkable's moving in close. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not supposed to. Oh my goodness. Okay, this ship... What is this? What is that? That's not right. This is the problem, unfortunately, with the Archon and with a lot of ChatGPT ships. They're way over budget. This ship, the entire budget goes to the ship itself. It has no armament, and its planes are largely ineffective. The guns are destroyed, the ammo is destroyed, and the hull is breached. So now the Unsinkable can just go in for the finisher. Looks like the Hurricanes are getting chased down over there. And it actually looks like they've crashed into each other, or maybe a Kerman has hit one. We'll check in a minute. Meanwhile, the Barracuda, ever reliable, remaining far away from the battle, is putting in hits on the Vanguard. And actually, it's missing some, but I mean, this is a ship that's dead in the water now. It has only, looks like, anti-aircraft gun, 4 casemates. Oh, it does still have this battery, but it's crippled, so... yeah, so that's not good. This was before I learned that most guns should not be deck guns. They should be in barbettes and in, like, turret wells. But I didn't know that when I built these ships, and that's why they are so atrociously underpowered. So, before you comment, hey, why are those deck guns? Now you know. Let's check in on the hurricanes over here. I see one that looks like it's been tipped over in the water. Yep, actually looks like it's despawning. Now this other one is still kicking. What are you doing? That's kind of impressive. These things usually never survive the first 30 seconds. Okay, it is taking hits though. Although you can see the outline of the Archon there. The Barracuda and the Unsinkable is also out there finishing off the Vanguard. So, oh, here come some torpedoes that are not doing torpedo things. And, yeah, this ship is giving chase to both of the Kermans here. Now, do you still have propulsion? Nope. You are just swaying back and forth. And actually is torpedoing... Oh, no, not his friend. They are headed for... Probably the Archon? Yeah, the Archon for sure. That is actually really unfortunate. In fact, maybe I can tell these guys to attack. Yeah. Now, will you turn? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's about to get real. Now, by the look of it, we still have all 5 planes in the sky. Because remember, we lost 1 Avenger. So that's 1 Avenger, 1 Valentina, 2 Corsairs, and 1 Catalina. Okay, this thing's turning about to face its competitor. Its only real hope is its torpedoes, besides the casemate. And the casemate is pretty weak. Oh, the Hurricane, that's a mistake. The Kerman will ram you. It's going in for it, guys. You know what time it is. Oh, and torpedoes away. That's going to be a tough hit to survive. But it does survive, and the Kerman veers off at the last minute. How uncharacteristic. Oh, it's going for the drift. Oh, near miss. Near miss. Okay, and the Hurricane is still kicking. But thankfully, both of these are now engaging it, and it looks like its propulsion is out now. Yeah, taking hits, taking hits. Pump away, little steam engine. Your life will be over soon. This Hurricane seems to have targeted the Unsinkable, which is probably a mistake. I see, is that the Vanguard? It's still alive, but only just. And where is the Barracuda? Seem to have misplaced it. Is it over there? No, that's 3 current. Where did the Barracuda go? Hang on a minute. Valentina, Avenger. Oh, it's over here. What? That's bizarre. Yeah. This ship is dead in the water. Okay, so this battle is over. We will be able to capture this Vanguard. The Archon is still running, but it is effectively unable to fight, so that is a capture as well. One of the Hurricanes is completely sunk, but the other is still... Well, let's see. It probably isn't still fighting. I mean, I hope not. That would be really impressive. Yep, so you can see the ammunition stores have been blown open. This will be a total loss. And it appears that we didn't lose any other ships. Minor damage. Why? It just has to ram it. It did a little side swipe. So, the aircraft obviously are still fighting, but we can allow our fleet to advance. I suspect something a little bit bigger is going to get thrown at us now. So I have regathered the fleet here. The aircraft are still in combat, so we've left them behind because we are actually retreating to safety. We picked up on radar on one of ChatGPT's Dreadnoughts, and we do not want to engage that ship because it is more likely than not that we will get completely leveled because the combined cost of this force is 75,000 times 3, which is what, 225 plus whatever this is, which is 350, let's say. So that is what, 225 plus 350 is 575. Math. And this is oh geez, I just broke it, sorry. This is 150. So yeah, very well shy of $1 million. So, yeah, let's hope that we get to safety before that Dreadnought catches up to us. As luck would have it, we have been headed off by exactly what we were afraid of, the Titan-class Dreadnought, ChatGPT's shining achievement. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of this ship in case you've never seen it before. It's not perfect by any means, but it has some serious firepower. The Titan is somewhat insane. It has these massive main guns up front, 500mm AP heat, and these shredder secondaries, as well as an enormous number of them here. It has hydrofoil controls. It is thickly armored. There's alloy and heavy armor in here. Tons of air pumps. Very capable ship. There is our entire fleet. I will be very surprised if we survive this engagement, but let's see what happens. And so it begins. Let's get over here on our various ships. We have the Kerman up front, followed by the Unsinkable and 2 other Kermans. Already taking heavy hits. The Unsinkable here lost a main battery. This could be devastating for the human fleet. You can see that metal armor putting in work trying to save this thing, but there goes another main battery, and as far as we can tell, the Titan is undamaged. But she presses on. If nothing else, the Unsinkable is a ram. And we've got the Kermans here. Got the Barracuda breaking off in the background for support fire. Here comes the Titan, tearing a hole right through the front of the Unsinkable. Now, it actually appears as though we've hit one of the Titan's main batteries. The one fatal flaw of the Titan that is only a fatal flaw because I haven't fixed it yet, is that the secondaries are vulnerable to a chain reaction if they do get hit, which might have just happened judging by the lag. The Kerman might be going for the ram. Oh, the Titan has actually taken significant damage. And we can see evidence of that chain reaction has happened here, and these guns are also quite confused. There goes the rear battery. The Kermans have struck at it, and they're going for the ram. Oh, but the Unsinkable is completely destroyed. Yeah. There goes a significant portion of the ship. That is going to be a total loss, more likely than not. Colossal lag, also. Okay. Well, if they're quick enough, they might be able to cause a chain reaction in the guns here, which would cause the Titan to explode. Or at least half of it to explode, anyway. Can see some pretty serious damage to the hull. Oh my god, look at that, man. Tore right into it. Appears the Kermans have fallen victim to a collision. At least one of them has been disabled. Had a mild chain reaction on this side. However, this side remains completely active. So, effectively, it is the Barracuda versus the Titan right now. Even though, for some reason, this ship is still targeting the Unsinkable. Oh, there goes something big. Yep, more chain reactions. We're getting good hits in from the Barracuda. Tearing right into the side of the Titan here. Oh, and there go a lot of the secondaries. This is not looking good for the AI. So the combat is continuing here. You can see the 3 basically destroyed Kermans. The heavily wounded Titan. The Unsinkable just dipped below the water somewhere in this general direction. It's still alive. It's just become a submarine. The Barracuda is holding up surprisingly well. The Titan does not have a lot that can still hit it because of the chain reaction. There is a very large hole right here, and not far behind that is the ammunition reserves for this ship. Please do not ram your friend. Let's be nice. Okay, it's actually going to miss it. That's surprising. Now, because of my own laziness, this turret is stuck in this part of the ship. The entire secondary battery on this side is destroyed. There is, well, was, rather. several remaining on the other side. That may have just changed. Yep, there we go. The Barracuda's piercing rounds are able to go straight through the ship's armor, which is causing serious problems for ChatGPT. However, if this ship figures itself out, it will easily be able to kill the Barracuda. So let's see what we got going on here. We got to figure out some way to get this gun turned around. I'm gonna have to. Oh, it looks like it just took a pretty large hit. Yeah, it's fine. This thing is performing just fine. And the Titan continues to just take hits. Now it has lost its main battery too. Oh, this is not good, guys. Not good for the AI at all. Oh, the Barracuda just took a huge hit. Did that kill it? Oh, no. Okay, I honestly thought it had it there for a minute. So, I guess one well-placed shell destroyed the ammo reserves and the AI in one fell swoop. And the Barracuda needs its hydrofoils to stay stable, so it is now capsizing. Good night, sweet Barracuda. We will probably be able to recover that ship. Let's check on the Titan. Let's do a post-battle report here. So our fleet was defeated. Yeah, that Kerman is mostly fine. Right. Did it just run over the... It did. Just out of spite, ran over one of the Kermans here. Okay, alright, let me pause the game because it is lagging like crazy. Alright. I would say for ChatGPT that was nothing short of an embarrassment. I mean, look at this thing. This is a 1.2 million material cost ship, and it has just been shredded by a fleet of 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 3 destroyers. The aircraft aren't even here to help. Let's do a damage report. So if we look at the hull, specifically the starboard side here, serious penetration through this main part. Looks like the turret well for this one was penetrated on all sides. This gun completely destroyed. That gun, the magazine survived. That's interesting, but not the gun itself. This turret well penetrated on this side. These entire secondaries, you can see the whole way through the ship. Now, disclaimer, seriously big disclaimer. This ship will get the refit it deserves. There should not be only alloy separating these different guns. There should be heavy armor minimum, if not multiple materials. I will fix that eventually, but this is the original form, so this is how it will get tested in this battle. You can see we've got a lot of damage to the deck here. Even penetration through the middle of the ship. It's remarkable that this thing is still floating. Looks like the rear is pretty okay. Still has propulsion on both sides, which is good. That's very impressive. As far as the superstructure goes, we have we've created a window in the middle. The port side is relatively undamaged, so the AI should be able to repair that. Didn't lose the sensor stack. Didn't lose the panoramic bridge. But incredible damage to the internals of the ship. This is going to take ChatGPT some serious resources to repair. However, at the same time, our fleet was defeated, and this provides the AI with valuable combat knowledge. So we can only expect to see a stronger version of the Titan return in future videos. Now, there will be, over the next few videos, some very new, very unusual AI craft. We have made the mistake of teaching ChatGPT a lot about warships and other implements of war. So don't be surprised if you see something soon that is not even a ship, but is on the AI team. So, without further ado, thank you for watching this video. If you've been enjoying Project Prometheus, we are still taking viewer submissions. So if you want to be a part of Project Prometheus, you can contribute to one or more of any of the factions that will eventually be in the custom campaign. To do that, join our Discord server below, and you will be briefed by our shipyard supervisor about how to go about that. But I will be using viewer submissions in a future video, so be sure to get yours in. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.